Welcome to Cougan's Corner. Today I'm going to be unboxing a robot vacuum. I've never had one of these and I've got an ultimate test for this. I'm going to be cleaning an auditorium that has all kinds of pews, so it's going to have to go around all kinds of different things. So that's going to be a good test, and it's approximately about between 1,100 and 1,200 square foot just for that one room. So I'm anxious to see how good it can do at cleaning such a big room with so many obstacles in its place. So let's begin the unboxing. Never laid hands on one of these. I'll tell you what it is in just a minute. I will say that I did a lot of research, and this particular vacuum uses lasers, and that's a good thing because it can go out and clean your floors, and it can do it in the dark. It's a box inside of a box. So now I gotta open another box. And yet another box. So as you can see, this is the Neato D6 version. Now I went with this particular version because the newest version, which is the 7, the only difference I could see between it and this one is that the newest one supports the 5 gigahertz instead of just the 2.4. And so that's not much of a difference. The battery life and everything else seems to be identical. And it just didn't seem like it was worth paying a couple $100 extra for that feature. So I'm going to open this up now. There's a card that comes in here with that you scan, has a QR code that you can scan to download the app to make this thing work. Your quick start guide. And then you have the robot vacuum itself. Not that big. As you can see, this is what it looks like. And this is the back side of it. And you can see it has a little side brush, has to get up against the walls. It has the big rollers. Has the little filter in it that you have to replace every now and again. And then here's the logo that's on there. And then here's going to be the mounting station for it to charge itself. Mine did come with an extra filter. does come with these strips, which you're not supposed to have to use these anymore from what I understand. Hopefully that's true, because once it goes around and it scans the room with the app, it's supposed to make a map of it, and then you can draw on the app lines to where you don't want it to go. But it also has these physical ones. I guess that would help out if you're first setting up and you don't want it to go in a certain place. You can put these down and keep it from going in there. And you have the power cord. And this is the charging station. I plan on putting that up against the wall. I don't think you have to mount it or anything like that. Like I said, this is the first time I've looked at one of these. First time I'm looking at this device. And I'm not for sure. I guess that one part was the bin somehow. I guess that's what you empty out. That's where it goes in. I don't know if I'll be able to do this all in one shot. See how much this is charged. I gotta charge it up first and look how long that's supposed to take. And then I will hook it up and then I will show what it is that I'm going to be cleaning with this, the big auditorium, so you can see what all the pews look like. And I will hopefully be able to maybe do this today, but if it takes longer to charge and how long it's gonna run, I may have to do this video over several days, so you may see me dressed differently in some of the other videos. Now let me tell you some of the specs on this device. It says the dustbin capacity is 0.7 liters, has corner cleaners, it says it can reach corners, and it has laser smart mapping. It says it intelligently navigates and maps your home, cleaning in straight lines instead of random patterns, so you never miss a spot. It does a great job with pet hair. I don't have to deal with any of that, so that should be one less thing that it has to do. It also cleans multiple surfaces, so it can clean on carpet, hardwood, and kitchen tile. And it's supposed to last up to 120 minutes on a single charge. I'll get back with you after I get this thing set up and let you know how difficult it was, and also downloading the app, and just kind of give you a brief summary of that. Okay, I was able to download the app fairly easily. Had a little bit of trouble because it took me to a link. Then I had to tell it to open up in the Google Play Store and everything was fine. Now it's telling me I need to pair it with the Wi-Fi, holding down the start button. But this has no power. So it looks like I may have to charge this first before I can do anything. All right, it didn't take very long. It seemed like it was about 30 or 40 minutes, and this thing is supposed to be all the way charged. And I looked it up online. It said that it would take 2 to 3 hours if it was all the way down, and this seemed to be all the way down, but it said once it's got a solid green light, then it's good. So I'm going to try to set this up again. It says you have to hold this button down and you got to push this in on the side, on the right side. You got to hold the button down for 10 seconds and it will supposed to turn off in 10 seconds. Then you press the start button. It says the slow blue button, or this blue button will flash for 30 seconds. It's telling me to allow it to be able to connect. I had to do it 3 times to be able to get it to finally see the robot. Don't know if there was just some sort of delay in connecting and pairing it, but now it's connecting the device to my Wi-Fi, and it claims it's ready to clean. Now, I'm going to shoot the rest of this probably on my iPad. The video quality won't be as good, but you'll still be able to kind of see the area I'm going to be cleaning, and I'm going to have this set up and I'm going to get this thing started, and I'll give you some insight on how well it worked for such, I think, which is going to be a very challenging place for it to be able to clean up, again, with all the pews that are in place. Okay, this is the auditorium that's going to be having to vacuum. You see it's a pretty large room and have lots of obstacles to go around. You see each one of these pews has 3 different legs on them, so it's going to have to do that. Now I have already pushed play on the vacuum. Have it underneath the back pew back there, so it's out of the way. And as you can see, it's already doing its work. It's getting after it. This other thing is really loud, but it's regular vacuum cleaners are a lot louder than this thing is. We'll see how long it takes. It started at 2:30 my time, and so I'll let you know how long it takes it to do it. Also has not just this room, but I have it to where it's going to be able to come in here and clean this entryway. And I have it set up to where it's going to clean this entryway. It should be able to go over the hump, and it's going to go into this classroom and clean that, and it should go in here and clean this room as well. So we'll see how long it takes it to do that. That's a lot of square footage. I doubt it can do it all within 120 minutes. It'll probably have to dock itself and start over again, but I'll let you know. Well, I've been able to try out this new vacuum cleaner for about a week. Took me a little bit to figure some things out, and I'm going to pass on these tips to you, but I can say that I'm very impressed with this little robot vacuum cleaner. It was able to clean all between every one of those pews and through several rooms. They said it cleaned about a little over 3,000 square feet. Now, the first thing that I did that I had trouble with is as I stuck the base underneath the pew, and it had 3 feet of clearance like it said it needed on both sides, but apparently you can't put it underneath furniture. I contacted the company and had great customer support, and they told me that you can't have it underneath something like a pew because then it can't create a map when it gets back to the base. Well, I put it into my office and I stuck it up against the wall and ran it that evening. And then what happened was I accidentally left one of the bathroom doors open, and as it was doing its cleaning, it went into the bathroom and kind of wedged itself between a wall and a commode and got stuck. And so the next day I came back and charged it up and ran it again. And this time it was able to clean the entire area, and it had to go back and charge twice. Now, one thing that I learned is that the maximum amount that it can clean is it can have the one charge it already has, and then it can come back and charge 2 more times. So that potentially gives you up to right around 6 hours of cleaning time that it can be able to create a floor plan from. Anything bigger than that it's not going to be able to do. And it took it about almost 5 hours of cleaning to be able to clean the 3,000 square feet. But I tell you, it did a great job. Another thing that was just a little bit confusing, well, no, it wasn't just a little bit, it confused me. Maybe if you've had vacuum cleaners before, or these robot vacuums, maybe you're familiar with this terminology. But when you click on the app and you click on the battery and it's running, it'll say something like 40 minutes to empty. Well, what do you think about whenever it says empty? Well, to me, I thought it was talking about emptying the bin. And I was like, man, this thing's filling up awfully fast. Why in the world does it need to be emptied so soon? It did have quite a bit of stuff in it. Kind of looks like dryer lint. I don't know if I said that before in the previous video, but that's what it looks like. If you dry your clothes and you pull out that thing, that's the way it collects up that dirt and stuff in that little bin. Well, anyway, I found out that wasn't talking about the bin at all. What that was talking about, it was just saying that it's 40 minutes until the battery is empty. So I thought that was a little strange. But overall, I can say that I am very impressed with this vacuum cleaner. I think it's going to work great. I'm going to have it set up to scheduled to clean once a week, which is plenty enough for our situation here. And I think this would work great just about anywhere. If it can work for going around all of those pews and everything that it had to go around here at this church building, then I believe it can work for just about anybody that has a lot of stuff that it has to get around. But it is certainly possible for it to get stuck on stuff, so you have to be careful with that. But I'll come back in about 6 months or so and kind of give you an update on how well this vacuum is working. But again, I can't say anything really bad about it at all.